Greetings, Timeshare Travelers. This is the Timeshare Traveler, episode 31, a walk to Las Olas Cafe in Miami Beach for some Cuban coffee. Wonderful coffee, and I walked from the Hilton Grand Vacations in Miami Beach to Las Olas Cafe, and I've done a video of that. Before I do that, let me tell you a little bit about my channel, and then I'll jump right into the walk. And I'll show you first a summary of what I think the coffee tastes so great.
Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm your Timeshare Traveler. The goal of my YouTube channel is improving your timeshare travels. I'll do this through timeshare video reviews, tips for using timeshares, and much, much more. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, Twitter at Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. And if you like my videos, don't forget to click subscribe below. Starting out a walk today from the Hilton Grand Vacations in Cuban Ocean Plaza. I'm walking to Las Olas Cafe to try out some Cuban coffee. I'm going to walk across here, the walkway, across the grass. I'm getting on a walk path right along the ocean. And I'm going to go down. It's about a 9/10 of a mile walk. And I'll take little snippets as I go. Heading to the walk path that you see people up here walking on. Getting along the walk and up over the hill is the ocean, but this walkway goes along the path and hopefully it will go far enough you can cut over to the cafe. But it's just a nice walk along the ocean. Beautiful day. On the way there's the bathroom, and also you can rent bicycles, similar to another video I did in Hawaii, but I'm going back on the path, so just a little further along they have places to go to the bathroom. A little further along, the path continues to sort of wind along, and you can see the little gateways, if you look carefully, cut out to the beach. Benches to sit on and so forth. The walkway takes a turn to the right, and of course what would be a beach scene without having a beach volleyball. Continuing to walk on the path. Along the path, plenty of restaurants to stop at if you wanted to know, but I'm going for some Cuban coffee, so that's why I'm going to Las Olas Cafe. Continuing to walk along, and there's places in parks along with the ocean right over there that you can stop, but I'm just continuing my walk. Continuing on my walk, and here's another one of the bikes that you can just rent. So if you don't want to walk along the walkway, you can stop and rent a bike, and you can see you just rent the bike. I think you can rent it by the trip, by the hour, and so forth. So this is just an example. It's $5, under $5 to rent it for one of the options. But anyway, if you don't want to do the walking, you can ride a bike. I'm going to keep walking along the path. And there are tons of restaurants along the way. Again, just still another park. And you can sort of hear the booming noise of the bass from the music in some of the places. And here's another bike stand that you can drop off. So clearly plenty of places wherever you're staying along Miami Beach. Here's a playground for adults and kids alike. Continuing my walk. Volleyball is your game. You will not run into any trouble finding an open net. As far as I can see, there seem to be nets. And again, more restaurants along the path, sort of in the main road. So you may go broke, but you won't starve. Boutique hotels, you can sort of see they have a similar look to them, similar to the actually Hilton Grand Vacations. But I just wanted to show that, and continuing on the walk. It's kind of a fun walk, a very fun walk actually. And yet another bike rack, seem to be every 500 yards. Continuing to walk along the path, and the ocean just over that hill. And all the restaurants to the right. Continue on my walk up to the next road, and then I'm going to take a right and cut over to the cafe. Yeah, taking a right to head off the street and coming up to Ocean Drive, which is the road along the ocean. And yet again, another bike rental place. And we'll be walking on... I'll get the street in just a second. You want to take is... I believe it's 5th Street, and you know it because it's the end of the area where they have the road blocked off, and it's at the TJ Fridays. So I'm going to cut in a little bit, and I should arrive at the cafe, and then I'll have some Cuban coffee. Continuing past 5th Street, past Collins on 5th Street, heading toward the cafe. Continuing up the next slight, and then I'm going to take a slight jog to the right and turn up the Las Olas Road. I'm less than 2/10 of a mile from the cafe. Crossing Washington Street on 5th Street, and then taking a right as soon as I cross, and then I'll be at a short left. Small shops along the way, hair place, juice, and liquor store here, and wine. And at one point this was the Paris Theater, but it looks like it's now closed. And there's another bar here. And at this next road, I'm going to take a left, and I'm almost at the cafe. So this place is supposed to be authentic Cuban coffee, and the looks of it, it's not winning on the tourist attraction. And feeling very like it's going to be authentic, and that's what the Yelp reviews, which is why I chose it. Here I am at Las Olas Cafe. I got the rice pudding dessert and the expresso, which is the Cuban style expresso. They actually have some sugar in it, which is the normal way. They could have offered it without, but I chose to take it. I asked which would be the most local Cuban way. Again, not being in Cuba, but being in Miami Beach, which is heavily affected by that, I thought I'd give it a try. So I'll let you know how I like it in just a minute. Well, the word on the rice pudding is it's really good. I like it, and it has cinnamon in it as well. And the coffee is actually quite strong, but also sweet because of the sugar. But just while I'm here, there's sort of the seating area outside the cafe. Also the Las Olas Cafe, and you can order outside and just sit outside like I'm doing. One last thing about the coffee, it's different than other espressos I've had. The word I'm going to use is it's thicker. Some would say muddier, but has a totally different flavor. I think it's more influenced by the traditional Italian style, not what you typically get at Starbucks, which seems to be clearer. So it's much different. And again, I'm glad I tried it. I wanted to get a sense, since I'm here in Miami Beach, do something local, not do the things the tourists do. I guess this is one maybe the tourists do, but a lot of local people here.
The cost of the coffee, this wonderful Cuban coffee, was only $1.45. So it's about half the price, or maybe less than half the price of a comparable Starbucks, and taste, in my opinion, significantly better.